Welcome to the latest climate podcast. Here are today's top climate news stories. In Sikkim, the government senior secondary school in Bariakhop has celebrated its 75th anniversary by transforming into a smart model school, thanks to a collaboration between the Art of Living's Sri Sri Rural Development Program Trust and Schneider Electric India Foundation. This innovative school now features solar-powered classrooms and digital learning tools, enhancing education for over 20,000 students and 2,500 teachers across Sikkim. The initiative promotes sustainability and technology in education, saving nearly 300 tons of carbon dioxide annually. With inspiring messages from leaders, this project highlights a bright future for rural education, empowering students to thrive and succeed.
India is set to welcome an exciting lineup of initial public offerings next week, featuring 6 new issues across various sectors, including renewable energy and edtech. Notable offerings include Physics Wala Limited, which provides exam preparation courses and aims to raise 3,480 crore rupees. Tenneco Clean Air India Limited will offer emission control systems, while Fujiyama Power Systems focuses on rooftop solar solutions. MV Photovoltaic Power Limited specializes in solar manufacturing, and 2 SME listings, Mahamaya Life Sciences and Workmates Core 2 Cloud, will also debut. This diverse array of IPOs showcases India's commitment to innovation and sustainability in technology and environmental solutions.
The United States is making exciting strides in nuclear energy, with X Energy's advanced TRISO-X nuclear fuel entering a critical testing phase at the Idaho National Laboratory. This important 13-month test marks the first irradiation of these innovative fuel pebbles in a U.S. lab, paving the way for advanced reactors like the XE100. Designed for safety, TRISO-X fuel prevents radioactive leaks and cannot melt. X Energy is also building a fuel fabrication facility in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and plans to deploy small modular reactors in Texas and Washington. This initiative signifies a bright future for safe and reliable nuclear energy.
India is making strides in addressing climate change with ambitious goals to reduce emissions intensity by 45% by 2030 and achieve net zero emissions by 2070. To support this, a proposed carbon tax aims to encourage businesses and households to lower their emissions while balancing economic growth and equity. The study highlights how this tax could reduce carbon dioxide emissions by up to 2.27% in key sectors. Additionally, revenue recycling through direct benefit transfers to vulnerable households can offset potential economic impacts, ensuring that the transition is both fair and effective. This approach showcases India's commitment to sustainable development. End quote.
India is enthusiastically supporting Brazil's Tropical Forests Forever initiative, joining as an observer at the 30th Conference of Parties in Belém, Brazil. This initiative aims to protect tropical forests through a blended finance mechanism that rewards countries for preventing deforestation. India showcased its impressive climate progress, reducing its emission intensity by 36% from 2005 to 2020 and achieving over 50% of its power from non-fossil fuels. With a significant increase in forest cover and being a leading renewable energy producer, India emphasizes the need for equitable climate finance and collaboration to meet global climate goals effectively.
At COP30 in Belém, India urged developed countries to achieve net zero emissions sooner and strive for net negative emissions. Indian Ambassador Bhatia emphasized that developed nations, which have historically contributed more to carbon emissions, must accelerate their efforts. India has made impressive strides in climate action, reducing emissions intensity by 36% from 2005 to 2020, and achieving over 50% of its energy from non-fossil sources. The country is also a leader in renewable energy, with around 200 gigawatts of capacity. India supports global initiatives like Brazil's Tropical Forests Forever facility, showcasing its commitment to sustainable development.
In Ireland, the average driver commutes just 17 kilometers one way to work, highlighting a potential shift towards electric vehicles. While electric vehicles became the most registered new car type in October, only about 100,000 are on the roads, falling short of the government's target. Many buyers are hesitant due to concerns over battery life and the recent drop in used electric vehicle values. However, the financial benefits of driving an electric vehicle are significant, with average savings of €760 annually compared to petrol cars. As more people embrace electric vehicles, air quality will improve, making them a viable option for many Irish motorists.
In the UK, Rachel Reeves has been warned that cutting home insulation funding could jeopardize the country's climate goals and harm low-income families. Over 60 organizations, including energy firms and charities, urged her to reconsider these cuts, emphasizing the importance of energy efficiency measures. They highlighted that reducing funding could lead to job losses in the energy efficiency sector and increase energy bills for households. Meanwhile, Keir Starmer recently attended the COP30 climate conference in Brazil, promoting the UK's leadership in addressing climate change and creating green jobs. The government faces pressure to balance immediate financial relief with long-term sustainability.
Brighton is making strides in electric vehicle charging infrastructure, but costs remain a concern for residents. Chris Perry, a local EV owner, found that charging expenses are higher than anticipated, with rates at 55 pence per kilowatt hour. While the city plans to increase charging points from 500 to over 6,000 in the next 15 years, the current pricing, including a 20% VAT, makes it less appealing compared to traditional vehicles. Councillor Trevor Mewton emphasizes the benefits of cleaner transport and assures that competition will help lower costs, making electric vehicles a more viable option for the community.
In India, Shilpa Kumar, the head of British International Investment, highlights the organization's commitment to climate and inclusion through innovative investments. With a portfolio of around $2.5 billion, BII focuses on climate finance, supporting renewable energy projects like Energrid for efficient energy transmission and Renew for solar panel manufacturing. Their electric mobility initiatives include over a dozen investments totaling $330 million, covering everything from manufacturing to charging infrastructure. Kumar emphasizes the importance of collaboration and a stable policy environment to foster innovation and impact, showcasing India's potential as a leader in sustainable technology and entrepreneurship.
Renew Energy Global, based in India, has secured an impressive $331 million financing from the Asian Development Bank for a large-scale renewable energy project in Andhra Pradesh. This project will combine 837 megawatts of wind and solar power with a 415 megawatt-hour battery energy storage system, significantly boosting grid reliability and supporting India's shift to low-carbon energy. It is expected to generate around 1,641 gigawatt-hours of clean energy annually. The financing agreement was celebrated by key leaders, showcasing a strong commitment to competitive renewable energy solutions and marking a significant step forward in clean energy deployment.
World leaders are meeting in Belém, Brazil for the United Nations Climate Summit, where Ed Miliband is encouraging progressives to unite around green policies. Despite concerns that major countries like the United States, China, and India are not participating, Miliband believes in the potential for positive change, especially in solar power. He emphasizes the importance of creating future jobs rather than reverting to outdated coal mining practices. UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer also advocates for ambitious green policies, highlighting their potential to create jobs and lower household bills, while warning about the urgent need for decisive climate action.
During COP30, there are claims about climate change that some experts challenge. The idea that global temperatures are rising dramatically and causing disasters is questioned, with critics arguing that the 1.5 degrees Celsius threshold is politically motivated and not scientifically supported. They point out that temperature changes have occurred naturally throughout history, often unrelated to carbon dioxide levels. Recent studies indicate that significant temperature fluctuations have happened over millions of years, suggesting that current climate fears may be exaggerated. Overall, the discussion emphasizes the importance of examining long-term climate data rather than relying solely on recent trends.
In the United Kingdom, the Green Alliance think tank is advocating for a reduction in energy bills by eliminating renewable subsidies instead of lowering VAT. They suggest that this change could save households an average of £178 annually by 2030. With energy costs rising significantly, the Alliance emphasizes the urgency of this action, especially as winter approaches. The Conservative Party has also criticized the current government's approach, urging cuts to green levies to lower bills. Meanwhile, the government maintains that its clean energy initiatives will ultimately lead to more affordable energy for everyone.
China is now the world's leading supplier of clean technology, significantly impacting global renewable energy markets. A recent summit in London highlighted the need for a shift towards clean energy to enhance energy security, create jobs, and reduce costs. Since 2020, China's advancements have made renewable installations cheaper than fossil fuel power plants. However, concerns are growing about cybersecurity risks associated with Chinese-made renewable technology, particularly inverters that manage energy systems. As nations strive to balance the urgent need for renewable energy with security threats, the path forward remains complex but crucial for addressing climate change and ensuring energy stability.
In the week ending November 7th, 2025, significant funding announcements highlighted advancements in climate tech and healthcare technology. Notably, Italy's Avant-Garde Bio raised $141 million for gene therapy aimed at retinal diseases, while San Francisco's Every Company secured $55 million to produce precision-fermented egg proteins targeting the food industry. Additionally, Synchron announced $200 million for its brain-computer interface technology, promising to transform lives for those with paralysis. Meanwhile, Australia's Hypersonics Launch Systems raised $46 million to develop hydrogen-powered hypersonic aircraft, showcasing the exciting intersection of technology and sustainability in addressing global challenges.
New York is moving forward with the Northeast Supply Enhancement Pipeline, which will transport natural gas from Pennsylvania, despite significant opposition from environmentalists and lawmakers. The state recently approved a water quality permit for the project, which has faced rejection multiple times over environmental concerns. While Governor Kathy Hochul emphasizes the need for impartial reviews, activists argue that this pipeline threatens water quality and marine life. New Jersey has also approved permits, and the project aims to enhance energy reliability, especially during winter storms. However, legal challenges and protests from environmental groups are expected to continue.
Azerbaijan and Georgia are making exciting progress on a green energy project called the Black Sea Green Energy Corridor, which aims to export electricity from the Caspian Basin to the European Union. The European Network of Transmission System Operators for Electricity has included this project in its 10-year network development plan, and a cost-benefit analysis is set to be completed by late 2026. If approved, a power cable will be laid beneath the Black Sea, connecting Azerbaijan and Georgia to Romania, with a capacity of up to 4 gigawatts, primarily from renewable sources. This initiative highlights a promising step towards cleaner energy in Europe. At the COP30 summit in Belém, Brazil, President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva emphasized that the Earth cannot sustain humanity's reliance on fossil fuels, urging nations to transition away from coal, oil, and gas. He highlighted the urgent need for a new energy model to combat climate change, especially as the past decade has been the hottest on record. Brazil has gained over $5 billion in pledges for a fund to protect forests, showcasing global support for environmental efforts. However, challenges remain, including resistance from oil-producing countries and the absence of major polluters, underscoring the need for collective action. For more climate news, make sure to download the Change Your Climate app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Please note, these stories were AI-generated from real news sources, which isn't always perfect. If you have any concerns or questions about the news contained in this podcast, please reach out to us. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.